Bless you, Auntie. Thank you. But some people of late have been getting them nonetheless. And who am I talking about? Of course, I'm talking about bankers. And it has caused a great deal of anger. After all, it is the taxpayer that's been bailing the banks out. So we turn to one angry man in the home counties, best-selling author Frederick Forsyth, for his take on all of this.
It's not unusual to go out at any time. But when I see you out and about,
it's as freezing cold in our economic sector as it is out here. But it does seem that for some people it's comfortably warm. And that really irritates me. We are all being told that in the matter of the ruin of our banks and the destruction of depositors' funds, pensions, homes, jobs, careers, that there's nothing more can be done. No question of retribution or restitution by the people who did it to us. I don't believe that's true. I think it's a lie. I think it's a lie we're being fed by a venal and corrupt establishment to protect its own fat cats. My point is that while these manic lendings, these insane borrowings were taking place, the people who were responsible were awarding themselves astronomical performance bonuses and pension pots. The idea that none of this can ever be restored to the depositors from whom it was taken is, I think, unacceptable. The body that ought to be responsible is the Financial Services Authority. This was the early warning system that didn't warn, the watchdog that didn't watch, the guardian that didn't guard. But it's still there, and it has the power and the right, which it uses occasionally, to fine those who, through culpable negligence, have misused other people's money. Well, the people behind our banking crash have awarded themselves tens of millions in performance bonuses, and they're walking away.
no matter what you say, you find it happen.
In our country, we hear an awful lot about equality. Equality this and equality that. But no one recognises that it comes in two shades. There's equality of access, meaning it doesn't matter what your dad did. If you've got the talent and the brains, you can make it right to the top. But the other shade, you see, is equality of sanction, meaning that however high and mighty you may think you are, if you screw up badly enough, you will be held to account. Except you won't. But if you're small and harmless, if you're a market trader who sells fruit and veg in pounds and ounces, you'll be hounded to the ends of the earth by officialdom. They have that power, and they use it. But if you're a fat cat, if you're a member of the establishment, you're one of them. Is that fair?
I'm delighted to say Frederick Forsyth is with us now. I think if we're all very quiet, we could probably hear cheering outside. It's a popular line to take. The banks are, in your words, venal and corrupt. But the question is it in the hands of the establishment to do anything about it when so much of this was going on behind closed doors?
I think that we now know who precisely, with names attached, actually brought our banking industry to its knees. We know how much they awarded themselves as they did it. We know that performance bonuses are supposed to be for exemplary service, which improves the quality of the company you work for and the prosperity of its clients, the depositors. These were huge sums, awarded by self to self. These are self-arrogated skims, and we're talking millions and millions in pension pots awarded by the men who broke our banks to themselves. Now, we've been told that nothing can be done. How is it, however, that our regulators are specifically empowered to inflict fines on those they hold to account for mismanagement? Not just criminality, mismanagement, culpable negligence, if you like. They can impose fines, and it would be, I think, salutary if fines were imposed upon the people who broke our banking system commensurate to what they skimmed. And they did skim. Why should they walk away while the rest of us are losing jobs and live on their boats off the south coast of France?
Again, I mean, I think this will win you many friends, but there is perhaps an interesting point with this, and it was discussed a lot in the House of Lords very recently, retrospective punishment. Now, everything that went wrong did go wrong when people were working within a system that was shown later not to work. So then to go back retrospectively and say, right, you on my list, I want you to pay me back however X millions it is that right in its widest possible use of the word right and moral?
All punishments are retrospective. You don't arrest a man before he's committed a crime, do you? I mean, the fact is that Nick Leeson, for example, has gambled insanely with other people's money. I don't record him receiving any mercy.
Yeah. Well,
Right? But these people who have broken entire banks, and we're talking insane gambling, crazy gambling, against any kind of banking practice, which is what the FSA is supposed to lay down.
Well,
This is what you will do. This is not what you will do.
let's see whether we have cross-party support on this. Let's start with you. So get the money back.
I think that the problem with all this, I think you're right, it's a very good populist measure from Freddie, but and you did it really well. But it is our largest industry. The city is going to be part of what gets us out of recession. There are hundreds of thousands, millions of people who work in it, and we need to make sure that we've got the right kind of regulation to take it forward. So notwithstanding all the things that have gone wrong, and incidentally, I mean, it's not just regulators, it is also government that must bear some responsibility for the kind